By now you've seen me carrying this around. This is the Full Focus Planner. It has daily pages where you pick your top 3, kind of write down your schedule for the day, and then obviously a place for notes for you to just kind of brain dump if you want. Rolling quarters. I don't use these to schedule appointments and things like that, even though I think that would work really well. I don't have a ton of appointments. My focus in my business is really content. So I'll show you how I use this for content coming up. Pull this little tab and the planner actually slides right out. Recycle, because we're responsible. Pull this little sleeve off. It'll have details on the back. You can read about things there, and here it is. I started using this planner about a year ago, almost a year ago. Now I love it so much, I've actually become an affiliate for them. So I'll share with you some of their bold colors too. Way back when, I subscribed for 2 of these, and they get mailed every quarter, one for Isaac, one for me. So I'll be giving away mine this quarter since I'm using thermal. Surely Isaac won't care if I use his for a demonstration. One of the first things you can do with your planner is lay it flat like this and just really flatten each page. So you can do it in sections, and it will help your planner to lay flat when you have it open like on your desk or your nightstand. Does seem really serious. It's kind of like a good baseball glove. You gotta weather it, and same with a planner. It's a classic. This actually literally is the classic. And here in the front, it'll show you where you can get those tutorials. Kind of gives you an outline of what's inside the planner. Things that I think are really the biggest things about this planner is spot for your annual goals. Annual goals. So you write down your annual goals here, and then write down what quarter you want to accomplish that in. Now, obviously, you could just do this on a piece of paper. No problem with that. But I love having it inside my planner so that I can reference it. I actually reference it each week when I do my weekly preview. After the annual goals, you go into your goal detail. I'm gonna be real honest with you, as an 8, I hate the little details that you have to do sometimes in business and in life. And so I skipped this part, the first quarter. Big mistake. And here, each quarter, I do spend some time, write down your goal, what part of your life it's gonna impact, and then key motivations, next steps, and most importantly, I think the most important part for me is this reward. Make it happen, I just do it, I just get right to it. So I'm like, why would I do this? I'm gonna get this goal done like today. But any of the goals that are actually really meaningful to me, I can't do, like I can make progress today, but I can't one and done it today. This is really helpful. Also, if you have a goal where you're just like, I can't get into it, it's not working, I found that the reward is the problem. I go through phases where I love the gym and I want to work out 2 times a day, and then phases where I'm not feeling super great, or I'm just kind of like, I have other things to do in my life. I don't want to go to the gym. Change that reward, flip it around so that what you want to really be doing instead of going to the gym, find a creative way to make it happen at the gym or right after you go to the gym. Instead of going to the gym when I'm done working, I just want to lay on the couch and watch a show and drink a sparkling, delicious water. That's what I want to do. So instead, I'm just going to do that at the gym. I'll drink the sparkling water on the way there. Maybe I'll even have a second one after. While I'm at the gym, I'm just going to watch a movie. So maybe all I do is get on the elliptical, get in my steps. I have a goal of hitting 10 to 15,000 steps a day. Once I hit that goal, turn off the show and get on with my life. Create a really strong reward behind your goal, especially if you feel like you aren't finding the motivation that you need to actually hit that goal. There's space in here for you to write down made appointments in the monthly section, and then also big projects that you have coming up. So I just keep these to a few bulleted items, kind of the big things I want to focus on for that month. This is probably one of my favorite hacks. So definitely use it the way they suggest, and then find your own little ways to make it your own. On this page, I'll write email content. I email my list. It's about 30,000 right now. Email them every day. Almost every day. It's like I call it the JV Daily. It is every weekday-ish, where I deliver something valuable, like a photo tip, an editing tip, creativity, something or other. I love it, they love it. But sometimes I run out and I'm like, I don't know. I don't have anything to say today. And then I either go to Asana where I have a bunch of ideas mapped out, or I go here and maybe I will have written down a funny story or an email subject line or a call to action that I want to add. Anything that I might want to include in an email, I'll just write down here. Same thing over here. This would probably be my SEO page. Keywords I want to give a shot, or things I want to research, things I want to try, things I think that you might like here on YouTube. I'm gonna write them down here. Your rituals or routines write down your morning, your startup workday, your shutdown workday, and your evening routines right here. A fun hack, I actually like to plug these into Alexa as a routine. She's gonna sound off. Then I can just say, Alexa, workday startup routine.
My morning is going to be a good day.
It's gonna be good. So yeah, just good ways to build those rituals or routines into your life. Then your ideal week. It's okay if you don't know what your ideal week is. You can actually just use sticky notes, kind of shuffle it around, see what you want. As a mom, I think whenever you're in that season, I don't know if it's like this whenever the kids are older, but when they're younger, an ideal week seems impossible. I remember thinking like, I can't do an ideal week. I need a realistic week. And it is. It needs to be realistic, a very realistic ideal week. So what does it actually look like? Not what does a podcast tell you it needs to look like, or a YouTube video or whatever. What does it actually look like right now? And how can your goals fit into the season that you're in right now? So right now in my life, I can do a bunch of batching. I can do videos on one day and writing on the next. Not that it always works out that way, but I could do that if I wanted because I have childcare when I need it. But that hasn't always been the case. I can't tell you how many times, Isaac's got home from his job and I've left to go work on mine. That might not be your ideal, but you just put your realistic ideal week in here and be encouraged, because everything is a season and things might not feel all ideal in your world, but you can still use this section to build out something that is incredibly realistic and uplifting and something that inspires you, so that you can go back to this over and over again. I'll show you the daily section, the daily pages here in just a second, but the weekly preview, this thing is awesome. So you write down your biggest wins, again an 8. So I sometimes want to skip this, but I have learned that celebrating my biggest wins and how far I got on those wins is one of the best things that I can do. So don't skip this. If you are like me and you're like, I don't do busy work, do this work. It's worth it. I'm telling you. And then what you'll keep, improve, start, or stop based on what you've already reflected on. Then it has prompts for outsourcing over here, deadlines, things like that. And then you choose your big 3 from the week. And this is where you go back to the beginning of your planner, look at your annual goals and your goal details, figure out what your steps for this week are gonna be. Then on each daily page, you also have the option for big 3. So you can take those 3 things. Maybe one of them is get 10 to 15,000 steps a day. You would write that as your number 1. On your daily pages, you can write other tasks that you need to do down here. I like to have about 1 to 2 business goals and then 1 personal. So the 1 personal is typically the 10 to 15,000. This page you can use as a journal. They have lots of ideas for you in those tutorials. Some verses or a quote, something that's really encouraging, but then also just a brain dump. I can't tell you how many products I have written or outlined on this page, and this planner has paid for itself on 1 daily page off of the first sale of one of those products. Being able to have all of the tools in one place and one system, instead of it being the whole year, just focusing in on 1 quarter and saying, okay, I've got this chunk of time. What am I gonna do with it? How am I gonna focus in on my big picture and break it down into a small picture here in 1 quarter? At the end of the planner, you've got a spot for notes, you've got a spot for sketches. I actually really love doodling, so I do that a lot. And last but not least, tucked at the very end, I missed this because that whole just get it done thing, I just would finish the planner and just wouldn't even skim to the end. So I didn't know about this. This is the quarterly preview that you fill out before you start your next planner. It's a way to break down your yearly goals into a quarter, and then your quarter into weekly goals. Oh yeah, I didn't show you. Okay, and then I'll tell you how to enter for the freebie. So here are their new colors. Same design, same-ish layout on the inside. It's got some patterned stuff right here. I just love the color. It's so inspiring and fun. Pretty design on the inside. Here's eggplant and olive. My favorite is still probably this poppy color. I think it should be fun to look at, right? And then how to enter to win this planner. So just comment down below and tell me how you'll use this. Be Bold 2019. Use that code for 10% off. So link below, Be Bold 2019 for 10% off. I'll pick a winner at random and announce that in the next video. Like, subscribe if you want, dislike it if that's your favorite thing to do. And yeah, I make awful videos, the worst of all the videos. So subscribe for more treats just like this. Can't wait to see what you do with the Full Focus Planner, and I am cheering you on big time.